Hey guys and gals, it's your favorite media production teacher, Mrs. Clavette. Listen closely because I'm going to explain your next group project. At some point during the fourth quarter, you and 3 or 4 of your classmates will be responsible for producing an episode of The Scene. Your episode will air on one of the remaining Fridays in this school year. I have already determined who will be in whose group, and I spend a lot of time doing this, so I'm not going to want to change it. Your broadcast of The Scene should meet these expectations. Together, you and your group should be professional. While humor is okay, make sure it doesn't get in the way of communicating information. The final version of your broadcast needs to be ready by 12 noon the day before it is set to air. We need plenty of time for your video to be approved by myself, Mrs. Limburger, and Mr. Melchor before it is shown to the school. Your broadcast should be creative yet informative. I should also see you and your group working together well and sharing responsibilities. Okay, here are some of the tangibles your broadcast needs to have. It must start with the Pledge of Allegiance. You will also need to conclude with the words of wisdom. If Owen is not part of your group, you can ask him to do the words of wisdom, but he reserves the right to say no. Your transitions need to smooth the move from one story to the next without distracting from your professionalism and overall message. You will need one on-location story that you film outside of the studio. Additionally, you need at least one interview with someone not part of the scene crew. You will need to successfully use the green screen and replace it with a different image when you edit. Make sure all teacher-requested announcements are also included in your broadcast. Finally, you will need to have credits at the end of your broadcasting listing all those who contributed to the production. I expect to see originality and creativity in your broadcast. There are several areas where you could show this. While the intro or opening scene should not occupy the majority of your production time, like it very well could, I do want to see creativity. Try something you haven't tried before. Think outside of the box. Experiment with background music, perhaps during transitions, your introduction, or wherever you feel it would enhance the broadcast. Experiment also with the camera angles. Remember to use a variety of close-ups, medium shots, and long shots. Be creative too with those you interview and how you interview them and the types of questions you ask. When working with your group, you will of course be respectful of others' opinions and ideas and make sure that everyone's voice is heard. All group members are expected to be in front of the camera and part of the editing process. To be a true part of the editing process, each person will take more than an observational role. In being an effective and positive group member, your contributions will be completed without reminders. Make sure you're continually pulling your weight. The grading rubric for the broadcast and group work can be found on my website and in the Files and Links sections of Schoology. Finally, here are the questions you all want answered. Who's going to be in my group, and when is this project due? Group assignments are posted in room 110 on the bulletin board. You may check to see who is in your group there. I will also be listing this in class. At the end of class today, you and your group will draw a date from a hat, and that will be when your project will be due and when you need to be ready for broadcasting. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, email me, or talk to me at any point where you have downtime. Best of luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor.